You son of a...
I'm gonna sulk this whole time now. I'm not having it.
I've literally caught you in the half of a hissy fit, and I just smashed the live button. He got his arm folded.
I ain't talking to you guys. You might as well mute me. In fact, it's over. This is the last Toy Division ever. It's done.
For the mountain. I'll be the bottom bitch. You can put
Andy, high five for being at the top.
You can't even do it the right way, Aaron. That's what you're left with. If you want amateurs, you got it sorted out now.
Yeah. Oh, good evening, everyone. I hope you're all right tonight. My thing is just falling down behind me. Evening. Welcome, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, to Toy Division Live.
Yes.
I hope you're all well. I hope you're all doing well on this fine Wednesday. Hopefully a bit of optimism.
Got some news, right? Got some. I know the timeline is fluid, but it's nice to have some target dates. That's good. Good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. It is. It's good to see. Even if who knows it will happen, but it's just good. It's good.
We're already looking forward to actually meeting up in person. Us three are gonna smash the Bugsy boys at Pogs.
I was very careful what you were gonna say.
We're gonna be at Pogs. Me and Andy have been sorting out a meet up for when we can, so I can get some boxes off him. It's all very exciting stuff. It's
real life is coming.
Yeah.
Pete is in the house. Ricey 420, Blue Harvest, Tony, Nick. How are we all doing? Brad, Leslie, how are we all? We're all good.
Miss Chow in the house.
Stormy T, welcome. Sue, evening, toy fans. Yes.
Evening, toy fans indeed.
Self-help hero, evening. Douglas, Rob, Tats and Toys.
Hey, Rob.
Oh, comment just jumped. So we got Colin in the house. Colin's been sending me some awesome pictures.
Yeah, always.
Send you the one of him in the fig leaf. I felt that was a bit strange.
Sending you the nudes. The boys are late to their own party. Always late.
Well,
Carlos, welcome. So you can play at that. Top. Hello. Badger Toys. Oh my God, everyone's in the chat.
Everyone's in.
London Toy Shop. And he's always on the biz. Scott.
I've got till April the 12th, and then I've got to
Jimmy.
sort out my act.
Ben. Loads of people. Fulham Robot Chubby. Riders in the house. I hope you're having fun sorting out your toys in the kitchen. I saw your little post earlier. Matt's in the house. Hello, mate. Retro Shed. Right, that is everyone so far in the comments. So let's bring our little special guest forward.
Is he ready?
Mr. Pizarro's pieces himself.
I'm just about ready, boys. I'm just about ready. Evening.
Technical difficulties.
He's in the house.
I'm in the house. Yeah.
Sue says, Dan, thanks for recommending Lawrence at Toy Planet last week's stream. Brought some nice Batman. Awesome stuff.
Glad to hear, Sue. I have to say that that recommendation is a pass it on recommendation from Mr. Andy's Toys and Models, who very much put me in touch with the Toy Planet, and I have something new from them today, in fact. So yeah, glad to hear. But thank you, Andy.
Yeah, I'm glad I've only found them during lockdown.
Really good.
Realised that they were been at the shows and that. So yeah, nice.
Hello, Vic from next door.
Put her in a cage again.
Sorry.
You've put her in her cage again. She's locked in the room.
She's been put away. I've unplugged the Xbox as well, so she doesn't use up all the internets.
Gosh.
Jean-Aude, howdy. Tom.
Good evening, Pete.
If you guys are old enough to remember, I'm sure most of you are, when WCW Nitro and Monday Night Raw, it all came up. This is what this is. It's the Monday night, Wednesday night wars, and we're coming. We're going to have a Royal Rumble later on. One of us is Rick Rude, the only person ever to appear on WCW and WWE on the same night live, which is probably Tom. It's good.
That's me.
I kind of feel that in the
representing.
Tom's got the advantage of his crew, because I feel like Vic's like the big show in this sort of thing, and just be
Yeah,
throwing us all over the ropes straight away.
Fistful of collectibles comes in swinging.
Yeah.
I'm not disparaging Ken, but I feel like he'd like I feel like there's going to be some below the belt shots there. I don't know why I feel like that about Ken. I love the man. And Big C. Well, it's called Big C for a reason. There'd be pile drivers and all sorts. Basically, the toy division are in trouble. If
I'm
this
not
ever
going to
gets
tell. I won't tell you what the C stands for in the Big C.
It's not Chris. Oh, right.
Okay. another 4-letter word.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll come ready for the Wednesday straight Monday night wars as well. I'm representing WCW this night.
He's ready. He's ready.
Love it. Nick, mate.
There we go.
Tom, what a guess.
I'm just if you're wondering what I'm doing in the background, I'm just sharing on the Facebook and Instagram pages, so we get some more eyes on.
Tom's a lot more tech savvy than us. We just kind of like, I always see it before a Monday when I'm like about to drive home from work. It's just like on every group everywhere. And I'm like, oh, need to start doing that. And then it comes to Wednesday and it's like, toy division, yeah, sorted.
Yeah, we're not very prepared. We talked about it, Tom, yesterday. It's like Tom's still on. Oh, cool. We should probably advertise that at some point. And
Yeah,
Well, I was waiting
people...
for Aaron to invite me as well. I was like, where is it? It's like 2 minutes to 8. I'm thinking, where's the stream? Where's the live stream?
They got it.
That was early, 2 minutes to 8.
Say,
Aaron's been known to send us the stream for 8:15 and be like, hurry up. Like...
Yeah,
I like to keep you guys on edge.
No, it's just peachy time.
Oh, yeah.
Peachy time.
Vic's in the building. Fistful of collectibles. Boris the Fet.
Yes, indeed.
Vintage Toy Rush.
Good
Hello,
evening.
mate.
Evening.
P. Hello,
Evening.
mate. Lots of big names in the chat. Rudy is in the chat. Evening, fellows. So I'm thinking of putting a crisp £20 note in an envelope in the bedside table ready for the toy hunt. Just a backup plan to buy something out of the wild. Ooh,
I have a suspicion that when the car boots are back on, you're going to need like 200 quid to buy anything of any decency. That's my theory. Hopefully I'm wrong. I just think it's going to be carnage for the first couple of months, but we'll see.
Well, it depends how many people are thinking these are the right prices. But...
Well, there's okay, yeah.
I found some bargains even on eBay this week. I'm pretty happy.
No, I thought you were goading me into talking about something, but I'm not going to do it.
No.
Evening, lads. Tuesday. Yeah. Right, suffered from a bit of premature posting on Tuesday.
And I reposted it, and the Buckley guys messaged me and were like, mate, are you on today or tomorrow? I was like, what day is it? And he was like, look at what you've put up. And I was like, oh.
I reposted it as well.
Yeah.
Funny.
We're just getting people.
Thanks for sharing anyway, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, no, thanks. Yeah.
Vic, you're the one with the wealth, selling all that stuff on the live auctions.
Yeah. You get to see Boris the Fet in the flesh if you check out Johnny's auctions on a Friday night.
100%.
Well, we're definitely going to be kicking around on Friday night, aren't we? Going to tune into that. So yeah, the Friday night auctions are always good.
Shabby Geek, Mark, hello, mates.
Drop my ball.
Loving the shirt, Tom.
Yeah.
Tom set the stream standard for giveaway, lads. Oh.
I ain't talking to Rye for two reasons. Number one, he beat me to almost every single Turtles figure on a claim sale that I wanted. And number two, no, that's the only reason. We're both in the same boat with the Mad Balls. The Mad Balls is going to be an issue. I'm telling you, we're going to get screwed from the US, but we're both in the same boat. So.
Oh, did you both do the pre-orders?
Dan did do a giveaway. I might have to ask, and none of you got involved with it except for the hero that is Brad.
The hero that's Brad, and it wasn't. The difference is that Tom gives away stuff that's good. I literally just played out a bunch of stuff and I said I was honest about it. I was like, I don't want this. I don't want this anymore. So I'm glad that Brad enjoyed it.
Some old socks, wasn't it?
There were socks involved. It was literally not even good socks, dude. Like they were like the horrible like polyester. Oh, they're bad news.
Maybe late, but the stream is never disappointing. Oh, I'm glad I haven't disappointed someone.
Right, again, yeah, I was going to say she'll hear you, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not going to get a flying kick to the face any minute now.
Gonna get
Evening,
slapped.
lads and pop lovers. This is a pop vinyl
Aimed at
chat.
Tom, I think.
Can't be talking about me, boys.
100%. Yeah, happy birthday to Mark. Blue Harvest.
Oh, happy birthday,
Toys. 21. Is it Mark? 21 again.
21.
Yeah.
I've got the Blue Harvest Toys and the Pally Boys. They're like live feed animals. I can't keep up with the amount of live feeds they're doing.
I can't keep up with the amount of YouTube stuff people's putting out. The list is more embarrassing than like my Netflix to watch list. I do my best, but I'm a very, very lazy man. Very, very lazy man.
Hence why he's got a YouTube channel with no videos.
But I couldn't expect it if I put something out. If everyone was like, "We're not watching it," I'd go, "You know what? That's fair enough." Because the amount of stuff I'm like, I really do plan on watching it, and then I try. I do my best. I do my best, guys.
All right, guys, let's smash through the comments. Make sure everyone's had a fair share, and then we'll go through some pickups. Loving the Mumra tomb in the back.
There's a story behind that. I tell you when I see it. It was really expensive because I bought it in 3 bits.
Pete's going R2D mad. Evening, Mark.
Just what Aaron's ringing them through. Does everyone have pickups this week? Because I think I've been very greedy and I've got quite a few.
That's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, please like the stream, as Vicky said.
You lot see me dragging them all down the stairs because of me dodgy internet. So yeah, I've got a big pile sat next to me.
Okay,
in the
that's
living
fine.
room now, rather than my toy room.
That's fine.
Apologies as well. There seems to be a bit of a delay with my stream for some reason. I don't know why, because it's usually okay, but
that's all right.
It's like a 5-second delay.
That's cool. We will keep that in mind. And and when I say we, I mean me. Will do my best to not talk over you.
And Andy, what
So
shirt
as
you
long
rocking?
as the face is looking pretty, that's all that matters.
One of our very own Toy Division shirts.
Love it. Love it, love it. Yeah, smash the like button, smash away. So the reason why I'm smashing through the comments is because last time they just went crazy and completely lost it. They are animals. Now, Vic.
I saw Vic selling all his. He got a good price for them.
Yeah, it did get a good price.
That's good.
Thank you very much,
All
guys.
that dross.
All that dross.
All that dross.
Dross wave.
And if you feel
11
like
PM tonight, I'm going to see.
Yeah, if you feel like smashing into another live stream after this one.
I can just about stay awake during this one. I'm struggling for 11.
That's because we bore you, Tom. But these guys, I think a lot of them are in like America or Australia.
It's also
I was about to say it's probably because there's people from other countries, isn't there? So
awesome, guys. The chat, you're awesome, because it's taken us 13 minutes to get through you guys to get onto us, which is awesome. Appreciate that.
There was 1 minute of a start of I was having a tantrum, but we'll take that off.
No, you were seen having a tantrum.
And we went live. And if anyone wants to know why, is he was so happy that he got into this stream early to get the top thing.
Prison rules. I want the top bunk. Me and Tom are going to get cut off by if anyone writes a big comment. We're like,
Right. So in normal Toy Division fashion, I'm going to put our guests right on the spot and go, Tom, have you got any pickups that you're willing to show?
I've got loads, mate, but I've only brought a handful down here for you guys. So I thought this technically is not really a pickup because I've got these in stock now, but I've nicked one from stock. But they're really, really cool. I'm going to leave it in the box, to be honest with you boys. I'd normally open this up because it's modern, but because of the fantastic artwork and everything, and it looks pretty cool in the window, I've decided to keep the Battle Cat Masters of the Universe origin figure in its pack. I also picked this up. I think I've shared this in the Toy Division yesterday.
Yeah, you did.
So this is actually the Walmart reissue, obviously, because I just couldn't afford probably like a mint in box one would probably cost hundreds, looking like this. Yeah, so that came all the way from the States. Again, probably will
He's
stay
really
in stocks.
nice.
Yeah,
He is nice.
this one's going to be ripped open because I've got two. Hordax, the new Masters of the Universe Origin figures again.
Yeah.
A lot of modern stuff. This ain't modern though, but I picked this up about a week and a half ago.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Jurassic Park Spitter Watch from 1992. And then toy-wise, the last things are, I picked these up. Again, this is quite random because I'm so bored at the minute, like most people. I'm just buying crap that I don't really need, but I must kind of have. I've got some Tales from the Crypt figures.
Yeah,
I've
nice.
got the Mummy. That's the zombie in it, I think. Yeah, the zombie. And I've also got, I'm obviously going to want all 8 of them, but I've only got 4 at the minute. Frankenstein and the werewolf. And last but not least, I was meant to show these off on my own live stream, but I haven't really been doing, you obviously watch the stream, I haven't been doing pickups or anything, just been talking to the guests and that. But I picked these up a couple of weeks ago. This guy's on Instagram, Ray Gun Trading Cards. I know if you boys follow him. But he makes his own trading cards. But of trading cards that have never been. Yeah, so we got Monster Squad. I haven't actually opened these yet, but Theo from Slimehouse TV's done a video, the Masters of the Universe movie. And these are probably the coolest ones, Critters.
Yeah.
So they're like in top style, but he makes them. They're really, really cool, like look old fashioned. They've even got like the faded front and everything. I am going to open them, and they're only limited, so you get 9. There might even be bubblegum actually in them as well, because it says 1 bubblegum stick. So, but yeah, that's like the last week and a half, bits and pieces.
So do you get the full?
Unfortunately,
sorry, do you get the full set of cards in those packs? Or do you have to? Is it like you have to get like
I believe. No, I think he's only. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but each pack comes with 9 cards, and I believe there's only 9 cards. So I don't think there's like 50 cards. He hasn't made like a whole run of them. But because as well, obviously, I mean, old cards, some of these old cards, the real ones are not cheap anyway. But these they weren't particularly cheap. You got to understand though, the guys making these, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're being made by scratch and everything. I think they worked out about £12 a pack. Give or take.
That's cool. That's doable.
Yeah, still good for a custom item.
Yeah, not bad, but obviously, if there was a massive run of them, you wouldn't want to be buying 10 packs of these, obviously. So, but there's loads of different ones as well. I think he's some I'm sure he's done like Last Starfighter and a couple of others that weren't my particular thing, to be honest with you.
Tom, what we need to know is, does he do Remo Williams ones? Me and Vic, and nobody else need to know that. No one else cares other than me and Vic.
I don't think he does.
Gap in the market.
You know what? I think because you know what, it's good because this ain't my stream, so I haven't got a laptop in front of me or anything. I can actually scroll through my phone and
you can
do that.
Yeah.
I can have a little quick look. But he definitely done some. Let's have a little look. He definitely done some. Akira is his latest one, the manga. Nice. Critters, Logan's Run, Last Starfighter.
Yeah,
Mike Hayes, your dude.
Critters, Cobra Kai, I think he's done. The Shining, Home Alone. So yeah, go check him out for sure.
Tom's bought that watch Tom's bought that watch for when the club's open, so he can go in there looking all swaggy.
Looking swag. I've
actually got a loose one. I've got a loose one.
Of course he has. Already, of course he has.
I've got to say the artwork on those on that Battle Cat is utterly banging. Like, it really reminds me of the original. You know what I mean? I love the hand drawn style. Really nice. Loads of love for the loads of love for Tom's Crypt Keeper toys in the comments. That's good.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, if anyone's got any, I need the last 4.
I know that Richard Robson from booters, he was selling the actual keeper. But anyway, yeah, there's a few kicking around. They're real nice though, real nice. Yeah,
I'll keep an eye out.
Decent stuff.
You want to go, Andy?
Yeah, I'll go. In a minute. Yeah, so I was greedy again, and I've actually realised I've got something, but it's hidden at the top. I shared a picture in the toy division thing. I've got the carded chief. Oh my god, what's his name? Chirper. But that's displayed lovingly behind there, so no one can see it.
Yeah, you opened that, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
He ripped it in half and opened it.
No, they're definitely shut.
I thought that's the one you put in the blender and just.
That's it.
No. Right, so I got pretty lucky with most of this is, eBay, but we got the final blurt ball that I needed to finish the blurt ball set, so that's pretty cool. So no one bidded on this at all on eBay, which makes me think I overpaid because no one else wanted it.
Andy,
or no one knew what it was.
It makes you realise that only me and you care about these, and I've already got all 8 because you've already bought me that one. That's the only reason I'm on it, because no one wants them, mate.
So you guys, 8 of them now. Throw it over there. We got. I managed to pick this up. Right, so his clip is broken. £14 it cost me. Posted on eBay. Again, no one saw it and no one bid on it. I've now completed the head pocket set.
Can I give you a top tip, Andy? Get a junior hacksaw and cut the stem in half, and then you can display it with the head on it, and it doesn't matter.
Okay.
And you've been sending out threats to people not to bid on stuff.
No. Didn't I showed you because there's a couple more blurt balls. I'm sure it was the pig blurt ball. Oh no, maybe it was the cat, but I showed you the pig to sort of throw you off. That could have been it.
Hello.
Hey.
That's Salem, right?
It is indeed, yeah.
It is Salem, yeah.
It is. He's come to join the stream.
Do you not get nervous? I often see you post pictures of him like in your toy room and that. Does he ever knock anything off?
Nah, he's good as gold.
He runs. The house.
He runs off. He's got an obsession with like like these kind of things, like the little plastic bags that you get, like like what you put your battle beast weapons in when you send them to me.
Yeah.
If I leave them on the side, with anything in, he runs off with them. I don't know what it is. He's like obsessed with little plastic bags and that, but he don't knock anything.
Say Andy laces it with catnip, saying, "Oh, he messes us like gonna set Tom's cat off with this little cur."
No, it's not a cat. But yeah, I always worry when I see the picture. I'm like, surely he must knock stuff down.
Too scared to.
He's good as gold, to be fair. He knows he'll get throttled.
Well, out on his ear. I got another Jake Rockwell. This was from I think Ghost Booters or Olas, one of those. I got that, and I got the Max Ray missile for a very decent price. Surprising. But so now I'm going to have a complete detonator set in a couple of days' time. Then me and Mr. Brad, Mr. Dark Light, did a very nice trade, which I can't go through every single thing. But I got Modern Adrian, which I'm going to stick with my old, like the 80s Rocky figures.
Why do the clothes always look so misfitting on those figures? It's weird.
I don't know. I like it. Shut up. And then we've got a Hawaiian shirt. Dude. Again, I think Brad, I can't remember who Baz told me he was, but yeah, he's in a Hawaiian shirt, so that was pretty cool.
Is that a Ben 10 figure?
It looks like a Ben 10.
I'm not sure if it's Ben. I think he said it's not Pokemon, one of those type of things.
Digimon?
Maybe Digimon, yeah.
Digimon, yeah.
It might be that. He Barry knows, but I only liked it because it's the Hawaiian shirt. I can't even remember if I knew this was in the trailer or it was extra. This awesome looking like actual tiger shark. Just
that is cool.
Random. And then I don't know why, because I have no idea about this game or anything like that, but a banana.
Mr. Peely.
Oh, cool.
Peely.
So good. It's so strange. But I like it. And then the last thing from Faz was a blind box, which I told him I'll open on this. The Transformers. It's loyal subject ones. Yeah, it is. It's a loyal subject. But yeah, have a quick look, see who we got.
while he's opening it, Aaron, I see Retro Ghetto's talking about the Mezco Gangsters line.
Yeah, I saw that.
I own those 3. That is a fine line. I particularly enjoy the the big bald guy with the flat cap. Looks like a roided up Jason Statham. It's a good line, and there's only 3 to collect, which makes it an easy line to get. It's good.
Got myself a Blitzwing.
Whee!
Nice.
I'm not going to pretend my knowledge of Transformers is amazing, but I recognise the name, but I don't really recognise the character. But that's cool. And then just 2 more things, and these are like, I like everything I get, and I'm not being disgruntled or like things are worse, whatever like that. But these, I'm so happy I got these.
Demolition.
Mr. Simon Phoenix, John Spartan. These are in a pickup I picked up recently, and I'm keeping these for myself.
Everyone go and watch Andy's Toys and Models latest pickup video, and he goes through the stuff he's got, and he's got a lot of Demolition Man stuff in there. It's nice.
Yeah, I basically got a full set of it, which was
you
cool.
had a full set. Then me and Aaron got involved.
Yeah, no. It's been pillaged. But yeah, I'm very, very happy that I picked these up.
All right.
And I don't think I'll open them. Nice. Yeah, so that was mine. That was my stuff. So thank you very much, Baz.
Definitely reminds me of the Grandpa Max from Ben 10. There you go.
I think he's a big. Barry, if you're still in the comment, remind me who. I think it's a Digimon or what's another one of those like card game things.
Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't think it is Yu-Gi-Oh.
No.
I can't remember what it is.
Uno. It looks like an Uno player.
I don't know, but he's just cool. Adrian looks like Living Dead.
Yeah, it's the clothes man. Do you guys remember the Beano and the Bass Street Kids? There was a character called Wilfred that always.
I don't know. I don't want to play around with it too much. But I'm just going to, as I say, just go next to Rocky, Apollo, and Clubber Lang. Clubber Lang.
Demolition Man figures.
Do you want me to, Aaron? Do you want to smash through my stuff? I want to do this quick because we want to get to some questions and whatnot.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, I've got Tom's top 10 quick fire.
Yeah, the Irish Mob is cool, but Retro Ghetto. Let me give you a tiny tip of advice. Watch the cigarette in his mouth because you will hoover it up if it falls out of his mouth. It's tedious. I've done that once and had to cut the hoover bag open to get it back in the day.
What?
So message me on Instagram and I'll send you the pics of them. 2 of them are up there. I don't know where the mob boss is, but yeah. Right, this week I have got something that I absolutely love and have been after for ages. It's a state of the art Lovecraft Nightmares. The Nightmares of Love. Is it Nightmares of Lovecraft? Yeah.
Nightmares of Me.
You guys hate this because you don't really care about any of this sort of stuff, but I bloody love it.
I bloody love it.
Oh, my dad's got that.
Yeah. So we got a Cthulhu. So I'm after the rest of the set of these, which seems to be quite hard and expensive to find. But I'm very happy with that because I like my big monsters and whatnot.
Sorry, I just absolutely destroyed Retro Ghetto.
It has. So the guy with the pencil tash and the Tommy gun and the hat has a tiny little cigarette and ding ding ding, it goes.
There you go. He's from the Dragon Ball movie. Andy.
Yeah, see one of those things. Dragon Ball. There we go.
Dragon Ball. There we go.
Thank you.
Demolition.
I think Tom was going to say something about that Cthulhu. Is that you saying?
I just saying my dad's got it. Yeah, my old man's got that in the box. That one. He's got another one as well. I think it's like a goblin or something. It's like a big green goblin because they come in big window boxes, don't they?
I think there's 4 of them. There's one called the Ghoul, and I really really want all 4 of them. But this one is the black version because this is normally quite green. So really happy with that.
That's the one. The Ghoul is the one he's got. Funny enough, they came from me. I got them from him. I only paid a tenner each for him in Forbidden Planet about early 2000s. They've been out quite long, haven't they?
Yeah, Aaron, mute him. He's upsetting me. What else we got? What else we got? Okay, so I got myself a toe croaker, which does sound like a euphemism. Yeah, a bit of Bucky. The Bucky O'Hare I already had, and I know, Andy, it's the wrong gun. Thank you. I did, but Andy pointed it out to me. It's the wrong gun. So I bought the.
I said I don't want to be a Danny Downer, but I do think that's that's the wrong gun, and you were like, no, what? It's complete. I was like, it's the wrong gun, mate. Wrong gun.
Oh, I don't care. I mean, like, I like the silver gun, but I know you know a lot more about Bucky than I do. I got the Dead-Eye Duck.
Right now, Retro is sitting at home watching this, going, "Yeah, you take it. You tell him, Andy. Tell Dan that he's got it wrong."
It's not often that I'm right.
I mean, I will qualify this and say at no point did I say my Bucky's complete. I just said, "Oh, I got this," and you went, "That's the wrong gun," and I went, "Okay."
You're very upset.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I got that and a couple of bits for Andy, so he'll show you them when he gets them. But again, from the Toy Planet UK, I've got some more stuff coming from him as well. So thank you very much, Lawrence. You're an absolute legend. I got a surprise package from Mr. Brad. He seems to send me stuff every week now. It's very, very appreciated. A couple of cool key rings. You can see them. Pennywise and Freddy.
Nice.
Little Freddy. And quite brilliantly, a Yowie Wowie.
From the Fiend.
Bray Wyatt, the Fiend wallet, which is amazing. And various stickers, some wrestling stickers, Ultimate Warrior, that sort of stuff. And some really cool Rick and Morty stickers, 2 of which will be going on my new laptop when I get them, because those are just excellent. Just excellent stickers. So yeah. And then lastly, I bought something again off the custom Hasbro wrestling figure maker Purple Chinchilla on Instagram. So do follow him. He makes some great stuff. He made my Patrick Bateman. He made a little series of a legend series, Legends of 2020, and here we have the Leonardo DiCaprio, Smug Leo, Legend of 2020.
It's amazing. I love that.
Hasbro wrestling figure, Smug Leo.
Hey,
there we go.
Very good.
And yeah, and that's this week's pickups. There we go.
That is awesome. The
Smug Leo.
Yeah.
It's one of the great meme of 2020 and a great figure. I want to say shout out to Ed who's dropped in. I know you got band practice, so enjoy, mate. Thanks for dropping in. And he's also said Kurokerific.
Yeah, Ed's got all that stuff but boxed. It's nice.
Still love for Andy's white.
He does look like he's wearing Tony Montana shirt. He's definitely not. But
Andy, the orange shark is from
Invisible.
Yeah, there's information cards, but I've left them over the other side. Thank you. I thought it was that Digimon stuff again, but no. That name looks familiar. Yeah, I don't know. It's just an orange shark. Oh.
Don't worry, Bay. Andy, Viking Andy. Welcome to our friend Andy.
You missed me having a tantrum. That's about it.
Yeah, he will probably message us later on when he rewatches it.
Yeah,
saying how much he loves you, Dan.
Well, me and Andy go back a long way.
Right, Mr. Aaron, what do you get?
Hold on,
just keeping up with the comments.
So Friday night, 7:00. Get on Monkey's auctions that Monkey and Vic do together, and a little sneak preview there. It looks like there might be some Bucky O'Hare.
I will check it out.
I've seen the sneaky. Yeah, I've seen it.
Might have the right gun.
So you can finally be accepted in Andy's eyes as a true Bucky O'Hare.
Whatever. His gun does come in silver though, so you can have a silver version.
It's good to know. Yeah, Les. Well, this one's probably coming your way, Les. So there you go.
Where's my mate?
It's Wednesday. Oh, what's going on?
It tees off.
You got 4 big C's for this one.
Yeah, Purple Chinchilla on Instagram. He did all the designing, the prelim designs for the Nick Aldis that Cella. I can't remember what they're called now.
I
But
think it is pronounced cello. Yeah.
Yeah, made. So yeah, he's purple chinchilla on a.
He did my
Instagram.
snake as well, right?
He did the snake that I got for Andy, the snake wrestler. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it there before we jump into questions. Quickly buzz through my pickups. So this one's not really pickup, but me and Dan have struck a loan deal. So I will be loaning Dan for his collection because he's missing this one. Vasquez.
I love you leave
Dan's going to rip it open, right?
You leave the price tag on it just to like mock me.
Just to rub insult into it. If anyone knows this figure on the secondary market goes for a lot more than 15 quid.
It is open, isn't it?
Yes.
So I can take it out. I can take it out.
Yeah, I think it look. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's open.
Open it now.
Yeah, it is 100%. But yeah, and kind of I should have really used that last because that's a good way to go into a segment. But oh well. But yeah, toy fairs. Toy fairs is where you find good stuff. Hint, hint, hint.
And online shops and trusted online sellers.
Yeah, 100%. I opened these bad boys up, as you probably saw in a video. So I got my Transformers opened up.
I really do like the look of them. They're really
they are
nice.
good. They are good. Optimus.
They're a nice size.
I do like
as
the
well.
little. Yeah, so the 6-inch. They've got a little bit of thing like. Oh, there you go. That's what I spoke about in the video. I don't think the gun actually
that's annoying.
So it doesn't fit in there properly. But yeah, it's cool. A couple of little gimmicks like Soundwave. You can sort of pop out the tape.
I like his little tape. Optimus has got the Matrix, right?
Yeah, Optimus has got the Matrix in there. It's a bit more difficult to. There's no little switch, so you've got to try and open it with some like fingernails or something. Oh, there you go. But there you go. It's got the Matrix in there.
I think
I'm
leaning
all thinking it, aren't you?
I am really feeling it. At first, I was like, no, they don't transform. No, they're too small. No, I don't like them. But now I've seen them. I'm like, oh.
Megatron as well. Oh, I like Megatron because he's holding the cube. Looks really light. No.
I haven't actually watched your video yet on these, Aaron, but to be honest with you, I don't need any more Transformers in my life. I've got about 5 different sound waves. They're constantly coming out. Sorry. I will watch them. Hey, listen, I'm like Dan, mate. I've got backlogs. I'll get an hour's lunch a day. That's probably when I'll try and squeeze some videos in.
I was going to say before Tom said that, I'm kind of glad that I'm only into really specific Transformers because I see Tom's and I see Andy's and I see Aaron. I see lots of people's, and I'm like, it's never ending with Transformers, and they're all brilliant. You know, obviously not all of them, but they keep bringing out good lines. I'm kind of glad I'm not. I've got my Scorponok. I'm good.
Yeah, that is cool. And I haven't done the full video. I haven't released it yet, but I did get a nice little Facebook Marketplace pickup. So I got a load of. You probably saw the little YouTube short I did. So I got loads.
You picked up like every single Zord they ever made.
Yeah,
there's a few missing, but there's still some good ones in there. So I only picked a couple out. I ain't going to go through all of them. But
yeah, please don't.
I'm sure. But yeah, they've got the OG one there.
I mean, they literally all look the same to me. I so patronising of me, I know, but I'm like, oh right. It's...
No, the OG one, the Dragon Zord and Titanus, they're cool.
Yes,
they're the ones I'd remember from watching it. But
there's loads more in there. I'll do a proper video on it. But it was one of those weird ones where, you know, just got lucky on the marketplace. Literally within 3 minutes of it going, I bought it. So it was a little touch. So yeah, so that's really it. I haven't got any other pickups.
That's cool. That's good. It's good.
Yeah.
I'd say we've all treated ourselves well this week.
I've got some nice stuff coming for next week.
I've got some good stuff coming as well.
I've got stocks.
Yeah. Andy's Toy Division next week will be coming live from his car because he'll have been evicted because he spent all his rent money on flipping Transformers and Star Wars.
Well, that's why I'm happy clocks are going forward and it's going to get warmer. Stop spending money on rubbish things like heating and electric bills and start spending them back on toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, my heating bill.
No adult talk in this chat. Right, guys. Nick Adams threw out a question, and this probably goes to Tom as well and Andy, because I know you guys love your wrestlers. Do you WWF, WWE, LGN figures, and what do you think of them?
I personally don't. There's only two that I'm after, which would be Rick Rude and possibly Jesse the Body Ventura. I personally don't, because I don't desperately like them, and they were obviously massive in America, but in this country they don't. They don't take me anywhere. I'd only get a Rick Rude because for the Council of Ricks, and I just like Jesse the Body Ventura. So yeah, Tom, you I mean LJNs at all?
No, I have to agree with you, Dan. To be honest with you, I've got no attachment to LJNs whatsoever. Didn't really see them. I don't recall ever seeing them over here. I was massively into Hasbro's, and as an adult collector, I only actually collect elites, WWE elites, and it's all of older wrestlers from the late 80s up until about 2002. So no, not for me. They're quite cool, but no posability, very solid. I have actually got one, the Hulk Hogan one, which I got repainted, that I picked up, the white and red Hogan, the quite rare one, and I got it repainted by he's actually a Masters of the Universe guy. He redoes toys and that looks really cool. But I mean, I paid $5 for it, and it was in bad shape. The nose was half missing. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was about 2 years ago.
I do remember
it. Up of before and after. Yeah. Apart from that, though, it's only because it's Hogan, and Hogan's Hogan, isn't it? So
I think that's it. Like Hogan is classic. If I came across a Big Boss Man or I don't even know if I did a Ted DiBiase, I'm sure like the classic figures, would I have one? Absolutely, for the collection, but I don't collect them myself, and I'm pretty sure Andy, you don't either, do you?
No, I like I believe it's Coco Beware again, only because he's got a Hawaiian shirt, so white with green flowers. I remember someone having it at Sandown. Actually, they had quite a few of them, but they don't. Everything that you've said, they don't appeal to me. Like Hasbro.
I believe
I've got him actually. It's not Coco Beware. It's Special Delivery Jones. I've actually got him in my lockup. Okay. I'm sure I've got him. Yeah, he's got a yellow and green. I think it's yellow and green Hawaiian shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the only reason I was drawn to it. But
what's crazy? Some of the LJNs, they're like a couple of quid, up to a tenner if they're nice, and some of them are not. Like the Rick Rude is several hundred. Like when I say, I mean, I'm pretty sure it might be over like 500 quid or something, and it's a terrible figure, like likeness wise, but. Yeah.
Madness. Leslie showing the love.
I think that's Dan. Dan said he's going to send her something.
Baz has asked Dan, but I'm going to ask the whole. Okay. And I'll start with Andy. Who's your favourite Bucky O'Hare figure?
I have to go Deadeye Duck. Four-armed pirate duck. Like, enough said.
Dan?
Same, Deadeye Duck. I think it represents, when I think about Bucky O'Hare, I almost forget the Bucky O'Hare exists and Willie DeWitt. None of that really means much to me. I remember Deadeye Duck as the figure from when I was a kid. So Deadeye Duck.
Tom?
I don't collect Bucky O'Hare, obviously, but it is quite a cool line, and I remember the cartoon. But the alligator, I can't think of his name now. The purple alligator is quite a cool figure.
Yeah.
Again, I'm the same as Tom. Don't collect them, so I see it more from the funny side. But Billy DeWitt, because it's when people go, "Yeah, I've got Billy here."
Willie.
Like, oh, cool. Willie, sorry, yeah. But he's not got glasses, and like they just look like what? And when you realise that this figure has these really breakable pair of glasses, it's completely.
It wasn't a great idea, was it, as a toy line
No.
to put like a tiny, fragile, slim pair of glasses on a pretty. They're pretty. Let's grab one of these. They are. I mean, it's one of Andy's. It's coming to way. They're pretty. they're chunky figures, right? They're good, solid figures with like. And they even went to didn't they punch holes in all the guns so you couldn't choke on them? But they make a tiny pair of glasses which 100% will get lost and broken. You got a complete Willie, Andy? I haven't got a complete Willie DeWitt.
I do, but I can't get him.
Don't get him. It's all good.
He's in there
It's just so
somewhere.
out of character to have those really precious glasses on this figure.
Yeah.
I bought a carded one and opened it. But...
And that's almost the only way you're going to get a pair of glasses now, is to buy one on card and crack it.
You know, right? Baz has also asked, Tom, who's your favourite Godzilla character and Gremlin character?
Oh, I've just seen a comment as well. Sorry, I've got my phone on in front of me talking about the delay. Apologies. I'm presuming it's me because you three are all in sync and I'm well out of sync. But favourite Godzilla character, probably apart from the main man himself, would probably be King Ghidorah. And Gremlins, there's not really many characters, but I'm obviously Stripe over Gizmo. Gizmo's cute, Stripe's evil, so it's got to be the evil one.
What is King Ghidorah?
So Tom, did you like me? Were you surprisingly? No, Andy, this answers your question. Were you this leads into the question. Jesus.
Okay.
Were you surprisingly happy with the latest Godzilla King of the Monsters film? Because Andy, have you seen that recent one? King Ghidorah is the three-headed. It's like a three-headed.
Right. Okay. Okay.
It's the business.
I have seen
that.
Yeah,
I thought it was all right. It was. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm over spinning you guys.
Tom, it's all you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was generally quite pleased with it. The 2014 one it took a bit of time to build up, and it was very dark, really, really dark, like the battles and everything, the kaiju battles and everything. But yeah, like Dan said, King Ghidorah is the three-headed golden dragon. Obviously, if you're not too clued up on Godzilla, Ghidorah has been around for like 60 odd years, since the 60s when the old Godzilla films came out and that. But yeah, some cool characters, and I am really looking forward to Kong versus Godzilla as well. I think it's going to be. I'm just a bit pissed with everything at the minute. With obviously no cinemas open. I don't know what's going to happen and how long before the UK can get to see these films that are coming out.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Dune. Why they didn't release Dune? I don't know. I'll stop talking about the film Dune at some point when I've seen it.
I like the one from like the back in the day, like the 60s, 70s. He's like a four-legged like monster with all the spikes on the back. It's got like a horn on his. But
Anguirus.
Yeah, you could say any name, to be honest, and I'll be like, okay. But the fact that like they just didn't care, and it's literally a bloke on all fours, but like he's on his knees, so you can see like the suit that he's wearing like bends on his legs, and he's just a bloke walking around on all fours. I don't know, always kind of made me laugh. And
I've always thought that the King Ghidorah was as iconic to me as Godzilla, because the silhouette of the three dragon heads with the wings and the tail at the back, it's pure like old school Japanese. I think it's brilliant. Yeah, King Ghidorah is the business, definitely.
Yeah, it's a cool three-headed animal.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like Andy. It's like Triple Threat Snake, but if it was much bigger. Think of it like that.
No, the only time I would have seen it is in that the King Kong film. Not King Kong, what the hell? The Godzilla one, the last one. It was cool.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the kaiju. I was only introduced to the word kaiju.
I know what you're saying, but like having seen the film, they refer to it throughout the entire film as King Ghidorah. I mean, you know that, right? Or you just not care? Okay, that's cool.
No, I guess I didn't register it. Like I've only picked up the word kaiju from Pacific Rim. I don't.
Look at Tom's face. He's just gone.
Tom's like, no, I'm not having
Tom's
that.
leaving the chat now. He's
Pacific Rim, they've got kaiju in it, right?
They were called kaiju in Pacific Rim, but it was stolen from Godzilla. It's all the same thing, right? Massive monsters.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's distraught.
Pacific Rim 1 was okay. Number 2 was just
awful.
Number 2. I've got the toys. The kaiju are actually okay. They're actually They're good concepts. The toys are really good. They were made by NECA or later
about to say-
Bandai, but the NECA ones are really good. But
Tom,
yeah, not great films to be honest with you.
I've got the 3 18-inch Pacific Rim Gypsy Danger and all that, right? Jaegers, thank you. And I've got the knife head, the big 18-inch knife head, right? Why would they not make the best Jaeger with in my opinion, the one with the multiple arms? Why would they stop at 3 and only make one 18-inch kaiju? Doesn't make any sense to me, and it infuriates me because you're giving me half a line.
Maybe no one bought them except you.
I don't know, mate. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
It sounds like I'm blaming you personally, and I don't mean it to come across like that. Just because we were talking about Pacific Rim.
I've no idea, to be honest with you. I know that NECA had the license and they lost it to Bandai. And the Bandai, I don't know if you've seen the Bandai ones, Dan. They're not very good. They're solid and they kind of just look like vinyl Japanese figures. But the price they were trying to charge for them, I actually haven't got the big knife head that you're talking about because they did a smaller version. I've got all the small kaiju, leather back. There's
Andy got this one.
Yeah, that's leather back. Yeah, very cool, that one. I picked that up at NEC for £8. They go for about 50, 60 quid, I think, to be honest with you. But they're a cool line. Vic said Gamera as the Kaiju King. I don't know about that. Godzilla for me over Gamera.
Right.
Wouldn't even know who Gamma is, but that one that I sold, and I got a boot there for like £2.
Yeah, it's not worth 50 quid. I don't know what Tom's talking about. I gave you a fair price, Andy.
Give me like a £5.
Good guy, Andy. Right.
Good guy, Andy.
Toy Scavengers in the house. Even though I hope you're all well. I believe we are all well. Paul. Tom, what is your favourite Spider-Man animated series figure? Apart from Venom and Carnage.
Oh, evening, Paul, mate. Hope you're good. There's a few that I like, to be honest with you. Kingpin's quite a good figure. Shocker, Mysterio. I know one that you lot like the Prowler. That's quite a good figure as well. It was a really well done line, to be honest with you, especially like what's it 93, 94. So fantastic figures. Like I said, Mysterio's another good one. But yeah, Venom and Carnage for me are the two. Oh no, I'll tell you one that's actually really good. Doppelganger, the 6-armed evil looking Spider-Man. It's a fantastic figure as well. I've got all of them. So I know Paul's selling up a load. I don't know if you guys see his Instagram. I know he's putting a load up for sale. So, but none that I needed.
Paul's also doing the auction this Friday with Johnny, right?
Yes. Johnny and Vic.
Yeah, he is, right? I haven't just made that up in my head. He is doing it.
Yep.
He is, yep.
That's cool.
Look forward to seeing what he's doing. But yeah.
That's nice. Okay. What's your favourite Transformer from G1 and G2? Question to all. Okay. I guess I can go first on this one.
It's an easy one for me, to be honest with you. Soundwave, just the concept of the character and everything, and the fact that I found a nice boxed one at the boot sale for a £5. We'll never forget that. So I'll be taking that to my grave with me. Soundwave, very cool character. On my tombstone, yeah, one or the other. To be honest with you, talking of Transformers, funny enough, talking about pickups and that, I actually ordered the full G1. I think it's 96 episodes, season 1 to 4, from the 80s on DVD. On eBay, I got a really good price. It was like £13. I paid posted, and it ain't turned up. It was like he's posted it well over a week ago, and I'm like, I wanted to watch some Transformers at the weekend because there ain't bugger else to do. Bugger else, what we can do, can't do nothing. And I messaged him this morning, and I haven't heard from him. This is obviously through eBay, and the guy's not bothered replying to me. But yeah, it's got to be for me. It's definitely Soundwave.
Nice. Yeah, I guess he covers G1 and G2, doesn't he?
Long delay. Yeah, I wasn't
Dan,
really into Generation 2, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know much, but I mean, the only Transformer I really care about at all is Scorponok, the Headmaster version, the purple and green and orange one. Yeah, I just like it's a scorpion and a monster and a massive robot and a base. That's it. That's all you need. It's all three things in one. Yeah. So Scorponok is my answer to that.
I don't really know the Generation 1, Generation 2, but I remember it'd probably be Wheeljack or Jazz just there. I think, yeah, Wheeljack's the one that's got like the weird, almost looks like a Matrix face. He's got like his ears sort of come out like. Oh.
Andy has everything. It's somewhere in his cabinet. So every week he's like, "Oh, I've got it," but it's right at the back, and then he smashes everything over to get to it.
No, yeah, I'll change it. I'll say Jazz would be my favourite.
He's probably just realised that he's not wearing any pants or anything, so can't stand up.
No, last time I stood up, you zoomed in on my gut, so I'm definitely not standing up again. Yeah, I'll say Jazz. Jazz.
Yeah.
Aaron?
I like Shockwave. I don't know. It's just another one that turns into a gun, and he's got the Cyclops looking. I think he's got the kind of the Boba Fett kind of feel, like only turns up for very little time and then goes. Do you know what I mean? So he's got that air of mystery about him at the start. So
I can't rip Boba Fett anymore because turns out I feel like I was justified in saying he was one of the worst characters in the Star Wars universe, because the guys that did the Mandalorian recognized that and went, yeah, we best make him live up to it, what he needs to be. Now they've done that, so I'll leave off him, but I still maintain he did nothing in the first three films of any interest. Yeah,
and I second that. I don't see his appeal. Anyway, that's a different chat.
Yeah, that's an Andy and Dan waffle chat as to why Boba Fett is.
I can't wait for waffle chat.
Waffle chat. It's got the subheading is "How did my gun just get cut in half?" That's the subtitle of that particular chat.
Tom, what are your thoughts on Gremlins 2, the new batch?
Yeah, it's okay. It's Gremlins, but it's not as good as number one, to be honest with you. It's a bit cheesy and a bit silly for me personally. I think they went a bit overboard on some of the characters, but it's 90s colourful fun, ain't it? But yeah, number one's the main one for me. It's a fantastic film. Number two's okay, but yeah, so.
Where do you think they're going to go with number three if it ever gets made? I think it has been made, right?
No, they haven't done number three. They've Netflix have got Netflix have got an animation coming out called The Secrets of Mogwai, I think it's called, coming out this year. No, not Netflix, sorry. HBO, I think it is the ones that Warner Brothers, the streaming service they've got in the States. And I think that might be like a prequel to Gremlins, like a before Gremlins 1, but obviously an animated version. I don't know if we'll ever see Gremlins 3, to be honest with you. If we do, where would they go with it, really? If they're going to continue from Gremlins 3, if they're going to continue from Gremlins 2, Gizmo was still alive, wasn't he? And it ain't hard for him to cause trouble. You just pour a bottle of water on him and he's going to send out 15 sprogs, isn't he? So
what if they continued it like so it's nowadays, so Gizmo's like 45 years old, like a little old man Gizmo.
An old man Gizmo, I don't know. Have you seen they've just bought a Mountain Dew? The drink Mountain Dew. Have just bought an advert out, haven't they, with Gizmo and Stripe? Not Stripe. Sorry, there's another Mogwai. I don't know if you see the daughter. She had one on her with. It's got like two mohawks. If you see the whole advert, Billy gives him the Mountain Dew. He pours it on himself. Loads of little balls fly out of him, and then Billy's daughter comes into the room, who's meant to be Billy's daughter, and she's got another Mogwai. And he's got like two. He's a new one, brand new one that they've just created. I don't know. I think it's good because there's an advert there. There's an animation coming out. It's keeping Gremlins alive because, like so many toy lines of the 80s and cartoons, if there's nothing out there, if there's no animation, if there's no new film, there's no new TV series, it's just going to die. It's just going to get buried. We were talking about it on Monday with Rob about Mask. what's happening with Mask. No one really knows. Mask has kind of gone under the radar a little bit because it's to do with trademarks and licensing. Obviously, as a 37-year-old man who's obsessed with Gremlins, I hope that don't happen to my franchise. So we'll wait and see.
I see. Vic's put Gremlins versus Critters deathmatch. I'm gonna go one step further and say fatal four-way: Gremlins versus Critters versus Ghoulies versus Puppet Master. Now that's what I want to see. Get them all in.
That would be fantastic. Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, so I'm just catching up. Where do we? There's Robot Chubby. Your favorite Gremlins item in your collection?
Oh, bloody hell. Well, I've got a few, but probably nostalgically for me, and it's probably one of the most basic Gremlin items in my collection, would be the bendy stripe. Just because nostalgically, I know it was one of the first things I actually did. The story behind Gremlins is I was actually really, really scared. I hated it. I absolutely hated Gremlins. I was born in '83, so Gremlins came out like I was like 1. So by the time I was like 2 or 3, my mum had the big 8 LJN stripe, and she used to have it on display in our house. And I used to grab it and I used to throw it in the cupboard. I hated it. I was petrified of it. And then all of a sudden, it was just like became fascinated by it. But by that time, my mum had got rid of the LJN stripe, unfortunately for me, because they're very, very expensive to acquire now. But I do have a loose one in my collection. And the bendy stripe was kind of like one of the first ones I remember having as a kid, because it was obviously there wasn't many toys out at that time. And my mum also had the big gizmo, which I kept. I've actually still got some of my childhood. It's the only things I still have from my childhood are Gremlins items. Everything else, unfortunately, disappeared over the years. But the Gremlins was always kept in a box, and wherever I moved, or if when my mum and dad moved, they'd go with them. And then obviously as an adult, I've kept everything. I've still got them all. So Gremlins is the only thing in that toy room upstairs that if I had to sell up for any reasons whatsoever, obviously if I end up in sort of financial disarray or something, the Gremlins would be the very last thing to go from upstairs.
Gotcha. You have got a wicked Gremlins collection. Alan mentions.
I was just thinking, Aaron. I don't know if I've got any Gremlins, and I thought I've got loads of Gremlins. Just thinking.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Hannah's got a little gizmo.
Well, we got a few LJ and gizmos. I've got a few NECA Gremlin things kicking around, but I've also got the life-size Greta Gremlin and the brain, haven't I? And I totally forgot about that. But funny enough, just listening to Tom, the favourite thing I've got of Gremlins is a soft Gremlin that you turn it inside out and it becomes like a bad Gremlin. You know what I'm talking about? It's like an inside. And I've got I've got a little gizmo that has loads of little puffballs in his back. And they come, and just because it reminds me of being at school, because there were people that had those when I was at school. So yeah,
I've still got them here as well. Funny enough, from my childhood, I've still got them ones.
Nice. Yeah, I like them. They're just bring back a lot of memories. Reversible soft toys. They're just very cool.
Love it.
I think the only Gremlin stuff, the only thing I've got is I think they were made by Reaction. They're the little minifigures. I'm pretty sure it's Reaction. I've got a stripe and a gizmo of that.
It is, yeah.
It is Reaction. Okay, that's what
yeah.
They're my favourite.
Oh yeah, I think I got a little. I don't actually know who made it. It might be the old LJN, but it's just a PVC gizmo.
I think you do have an LJN.
Yeah, it's LJN.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to have a bit of Gremlins in their collection somewhere.
Yeah.
Great film. I'd love to have seen that at the New York Toy Fair before the lockdown last year. NECA set up a whole display of the bar scene from the first film with all their NECA, but it had like whoever they got in to build it had basically built all the things to be like for like, so the bar, pool table, and all that sort of. It looked awesome. Obviously, trashed to hell like the film, but it looked awesome. So yeah, Alan put in their new Pacific Rim animation.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Netflix on the market on everything now, don't they?
Got 2 He-Man animations coming as well, wouldn't they?
Mm.
Anyone hyped for the Mortal Kombat movie? Also, do you have any of the toys, figures from the 90s or current lines? Excuse me.
I'm out.
I'm looking for the. Is it the state of the art? It is state of the art, isn't it? Tom, you've got loads of these. I know they got the Street Fighter ones, but the Mortal Kombat ones. Can't remember his name now. Who's the guy with the 4 arms and the sweet ponytail?
Goro.
Goro, thank you. Yeah, I want that as a figure. I know it's really expensive, but yeah, Tom, you've probably got more. You've got a lot of them sort of things, haven't you?
I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan, but I'm actually more Street Fighter. I've got loads of Street Fighter figures. I actually sold a load as well because the collection was getting a bit out of hand. But I have got the new Scorpion figure that was made by McFarlane. I'm looking to get Sub-Zero as well at some point. I think the lines you're talking about, they're quite expensive ones. Is it the Storm Collectibles ones you're talking about? They're really, really nice figures. They've done, but I'm looking forward to the film. The trailer looks fantastic. Again, though, another film that comes out very soon in the States, and I don't know when us poor people over here on this little island are going to get a chance to see it.
Yeah, or it'll be in the future, a long time in the future.
Yeah,
definitely. Scott's Comics and Collectibles, hello mates. If anyone has Disney Plus, check out the Ric Flair documentary on Stars. I didn't know that was on there.
Yep, that's a good show.
I've favoured it for the future. I've just
I think it's
for the future
on the list. It's just that just made the list. Yeah. I'm trying to think. There's another good wrestling documentary out at the moment as well. I'm trying to think what it is, but yes, yeah, nice one. Thank you.
Tom raised an interesting question with owning figs from Pacific Rim 2, a film he doesn't like. Do any of you own figures from licenses you don't particularly like? Power Rangers.
I'm not in the toy room. I can't really think, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna say no, but I've got figures from Toyline that I don't like the figures from, but I have to get the figure because it goes with it. If that makes sense. But generally, I like the toy lines of what I buy, I guess.
I think the closest I come to it is I've got one Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure from the back in the day, the footballer Ralph, and mainly because I don't remember Raphael. Sorry, yeah, because I never remember having any turtles as a kid, but you know, it's like an iconic toy line, and I really like football, so got it off Andy as well. So
you did.
Yeah, I don't think I do.
Yeah, I don't think I do either, to be honest with you. Anything that I've bought a couple recently, and I've looked and gone, yeah, you know what? One of them actually I gave away on the show this week, which was the NECA Turtles metal head that I bought. And then when I got it, I was like, yeah, you know, it doesn't really fit in the collection. Although I've got a 10 or 12 NECA Turtles, Metalhead just doesn't really appeal to me. Bebop, Rocksteady, you know, some of them characters. Yeah, but he didn't. So I just didn't open it and I left it. And I ended up giving it away, obviously, on Monday's show, which was good. But yeah, if I like it, it goes on the shelf. But otherwise, yeah, it doesn't make it, to be honest with you. I haven't actually got no figures from Pacific Rim 2, to be honest with you. I think they're all from Pacific Rim 1, the NECA ones.
Yeah. I don't even know if they made any for Pacific Rim Uprising, to be honest with you. But Tom, like, I think you and Big C definitely had the chat before about, and I know we have several times on air, that we're spoilt somewhat with new figures from old lines, things like the He-Man, like the Battle Cat you've got, and the Turtles and this. And I saw, you know, the other day, I've just recently Ben. Bugsy Ben hooked me up with like an original Turtles. What's he called? What's the scientist guy called with the flies? I can't remember his name.
Baxter Stockman.
Thank you, with Baxter Stockman. But then I see like the Super 7 reaction where Baxter, and I'm like, well, that's amazing. But it's such a mixed blessing, right? There's such good stuff coming out, but at the same time, it's all kind of tedious because it's the same stuff remade, repackaged. But maybe I wouldn't say that if it was something that really interested me. Do you know what I mean? If it was something that was right up my street, then maybe I wouldn't be saying that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's a lot of we talk. I've spoken to Vic about it as well, and the amount of He-Man. I mean, I'm a massive Masters Universe fan. Like He-Man is really close to me, close to my heart, and everything growing up. And there's just too much. There's just way too much out there at the minute. First of all, it was like Matty Collector were doing all the figures. Then Super 7 got the license and they were just churning out figures. On top of that, you've got Funkos coming out left, right, and centre of Masters Universe. You've got flocked ones, you've got unflocked ones, you've got glow in the dark ones, you've got normal ones, you've got chase ones. And I don't collect Funkos anyway, but even just having all that Masters Universe stuff out there is just too much. And now you've got the Origins line, which is nice, and it's reasonably priced as well. Like generally, the figures are sort of 15 to 20 quid, but it's just too much. I mean, if you're a big He-Man collector and you have to have everything, how do you keep up with it? But then I say that, but then you look at Star Wars, and Star Wars it's a weekly thing. The amount of figures that are coming out for Star Wars I don't collect Star Wars as well. You guys know that, but every other week I'm seeing posts of new Black Series figures, new retro figures, retro Mandalorian figures. And you know what? I'm a big Mandalorian fan. I've actually contemplated even getting a Star Wars figure to have in my collection of Mando. But I know. It'll be a first. Yeah, Cara June, yeah, £200 figure now, ain't it? Apparently, from what I'm hearing and seeing, that's just crazy. But yeah, I like it because it keeps everything alive. But it gets to a point where does it stop? You know, with He-Man, with Star Wars, with Transformers. Aaron showed some new ones earlier. I mean, I've not even seen them. Are they from the new Netflix animation? Them ones?
Oh,
I don't even know.
No,
There's so many out at the minute.
G1s. They're red. Enhanced. No, robot enhanced design. I think that's what it's supposed to stand for. They're nothing other than just non-trans. So the sculpts are really good, and they look really good for their robot form because they don't transform. But other than that, that's it. It's just it's another Optimus Prime. Like to me, it's all right because I don't really have much Transformers. But like you were saying there, it's another figure.
If you do collect Transformers, then
because they've got those ones out. Aaron, they've got the Netflix. I think it's more Cybertron range. They've then got the classic 80. I can't remember what it's called. It's like they're doing the figures that were in the film. I think it's like the 84 line or something like that. Then they're still churning out the one that I've been trying to get, like the Age of Combiner Wars, Savage. I mean, it might actually be called Savage World. There's just too many.
And
there
yet
is way too many, to be honest with you.
We still don't get another Rio Blast from the Master Universe. Sickening.
Sickening.
No.
So we're so delayed.
Tom's not had many of them, to be fair.
3. I think I've got all 3 Rio Blasts they made, but I need to make more.
Guys, any cartoons, toys that you liked back in the day, but none of your mates did?
That's a bold assumption that we had mates.
Dan just killed it. I probably, because of having an older brother, I think I obviously had a lot of hand-me-downs of like Transformer tapes, He-Man tapes, stuff like that. So I probably watched a lot more of those sort of cartoons than newer stuff. But I can't really think of anything. I remember at school you had you had kids that were into Pokemon and the kids that are into Digimon and like
we're much older than you, Aaron. So.
Yeah, that's about as close as I can get to it. I don't think there's anything.
I didn't know many people that liked things like Ren and Stimpy and and like Rocko's Modern Life, and I knew a few people, but a lot of my friends didn't watch those sorts of cartoons that I liked. But they're not really toy cartoons. Toy wise, I don't know.
I actually can't think of any.
Good question.
Hmm.
I don't know if Tom's delayed or if he's.
No, you know what I'm trying. I am delayed. I can hear you guys all in good time, but when I reply, I think the reply is about 4 seconds out from coming to the screen to you guys. I don't even know how my picture and how my sound quality is looking. I believe it's my internet, so apologies for that, guys. To be honest with you, growing up as an adult collector in the late 90s and early 2000s, all my mates weren't into anything that I was into because I was still watching cartoons and stuff as a 16, 17, 18-year-old, and I was watching WWF. So, and all my pals were interested in was going out getting drunk. I was as well, but I mixed it in with toy collecting and cartoons and stuff. But as a youngster, no, I think everyone was just 1 week it was Transformers, the next week it was Thundercats, next week it was G.I. Joe. Then in the late 80s it was Visionaries and Brave Star, and it was just different every week. So
awesome. Brad, off the back of that, what's your go-to cartoon on a can't be asked day?
Well, for Tom, it's not Transformers this weekend, sadly.
unfortunately not, no.
I would have said the Transformers the movie, was it like 86 or something like that? I love that cartoon.
For me, it's Squidbillies or Metalocalypse, but no one cares about them. So, Tom?
For me, I don't know. I'll tell you one that I do watch quite a lot. I don't know why. I think it's a great movie. It's the Brave Star movie. I always put that on because it's on YouTube and it's a very, very good, clear copy. I tend to have that on quite a lot. But I watch things like Dungeons and Dragons, Visionaries. Just on my iPad every now and again, I watch an episode here and there. But I was hoping to binge on Transformers this week. But Dan, you've just reminded me that I'm not getting it in the mail, so it's upset me a little bit.
You might get it tomorrow. You might get it Friday. Imagine how happy you'd be if you get it tomorrow or Friday.
I may do. There's still time. It'd be nice if the guy replied and said, "Yeah, I sent it second class, so expect it at this day." But he hasn't even replied. So,
well, it's funny you say that because we do need to churn through the comments. But something that Aaron and Andy were talking about earlier on, we were going to ask you about is about the idea of sort of in the absence of toy fairs and whatnot right now, buying online. It's a real mixed bag, isn't it? But maybe we'll come to that Aaron, if you speed through the comments, we'll come to that because I want to hear Tom's opinion. I know we all do.
Yeah. Mine's probably whatever's on Netflix, really. So sometimes I won't watch a whole series. I just go, I remember the episode of this. I want to rewatch it again, and obviously getting really let down watching it as an adult.
I think for Aaron, for me, you and Andy, a lot of the can't be asked on a day is it's normally endless reruns of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, right?
The Office.
That whole thing. Yeah.
Okay. Paul's got the killer question here for everyone. If every figure in your collection must be sold apart from that one item, I think Tom answered that earlier with the gizmo.
I'm taking all of it to my grave with me, mate. Don't worry about that.
So I'm the opposite. It can all go. If I only get to keep one thing, just out of spite, you can take it all. Over it. I'll do something else. I'll collect something else.
I don't know. I can't choose.
Maybe Cloverfield for me. Maybe my Cloverfield.
Can't choose.
I think at this moment, it's probably just be the Grislaw figure that my dad got me at one Christmas when I was a kid. Probably one of the only figures that I've actually kept. I'm not even that massive into He-Man, but I just that figure just, I don't know. Yeah, it just means a lot. So
represents childhood toys, man. It's good.
Yeah.
Bebs, I'm very, very sorry. I guys have to sell my whole collection of Power Rangers Rest of Styles characters. Man,
sucks, man.
Sorry about that. Right.
Hopefully one day you can always buy it back.
Just keep one of each.
So I'm trying to speed through some of the questions. Bit of a man.
Aaron, can you do me a favour? If I leave, I'm gonna come back in on my phone just to see if we can get a bit of a better situation with the delay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave this chat and then I'm coming in on my phone. Yeah.
I feel like we're on a date. And you've got your friend. I feel like we're on a date.
Yeah, I know, right?
Your friend's phoning him. It's like, no internet, mate. I've got to be. I'm off.
Yeah. Oh, I see a forehead.
Hero Turtles for me. just because of the cartoon Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. That's what I remember.
Yeah, because in UK we had Hero, right? Because
we did. Yeah,
we couldn't deal with the word ninja because we would have all gone crazy.
I heard it once. I heard the word ninja once, and I drop kicked a toddler through a window. So from that point on, was never allowed to hear the word ninja again. So I had to be Hero.
I often play that game in my head. I wonder how far I could kick that kid if I ran at it.
The answer is surprisingly disappointing.
Yeah. Not that I've got nothing against kids, but sometimes you just still look at one and go, "Oh, I wonder."
And he's got nothing against kids apart from his foot.
That better for you, mate?
I'm hoping. I don't know. Let me know. I'm hoping there's not going to be a delay.
Tom, answer this question. Are you there?
I am here.
Much quicker. Much quicker. Yeah.
Happy days. Happy days.
Right.
All right. So, Tom, Ninja Turtles or Hero Turtles?
Oh, Ninja sounds better, but I've got to say Hero because we're from the UK, aren't we? So
that's it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's the same as, G.I. Joe is just a knockoff of Action Force. It's just a well-known fact.
The
dislikes are going up on the live stream right now.
Everyone dislike the whole thing for that one comment. Dislike.
Jimmy Crane's asked, "Do you guys owned crash test dummies?"
Was it the other week we found out, or I found out? I've got some crash dummies up there, like the car and the lawnmower and whatever. And I've always called them crash test dummies, and I realised that I've always called them wrong because they're actually called the Incredible Crash Dummies. And I didn't know that. I always thought they were called crash test dummies. But yeah, got a few. Got the car, got the stunt car, got the lawnmower.
I don't own any now. I did have as a kid. I could have sworn they were called crash test dummies as well. And
they're not. I promise you, they're not. I always thought they were, and I found out like 2 weeks ago, and then immediately told everyone like, "You're an idiot for not knowing that." And I only found out 2 weeks ago.
I don't own any as an adult. I had some as a kid, but I smashed them to bits. But that's what they were for, weren't they? So.
Yeah, they do. Bits get broken and lost. It's quite a good idea actually for a toy line because you kind of break them up and inevitably have to buy more as an adult, as a parent, when the kids like actually break it and lose them. But I thought it's quite a cool line, really.
It was.
And we were talking to Bobby 80s a few months back, weren't we? And he's got like prototypes.
He's got a big collection of them. Yeah.
I did laugh when I found out that one is called Skid the Kid. That's just funny. It's like a little baby crash dummy, isn't it? Called Skid the Kid. That's funny.
Right, sorry guys, the comment just jumped. Right, Nick Adams has put on there, which toy line do you guys think from the 80s, 90s will stand the test of time better?
What, as in 80s or 90s? I'm gonna say 90s. I think there's more toy lines in the 90s. 80s, people love the 80s ones, but I think there's more in the 90s.
I think I don't know, I'm just personally like He-Man.
I think the only one that will stand the test of time the best is Pokemon.
What, from the 90s?
That's a card game.
Well, look at it. Like every generation, a kid's got their Pokemon. Like my nephew, a few years ago, it was Pokemon Go on his phone. Do you know what I mean? And then you had sort of me probably being the age of when Pokemon was a real craze, Game Boy games and cards. It will bring something out. Every Nintendo console has a Pokemon game that comes with it.
Yeah,
I think that probably be the one that does stand the test of time the best because it's always adapting to the newest.
Yeah, and it came out in the 90s. I mean, they're still making He-Man stuff now, so you could say He-Man is 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010s, but if you're talking about origins, then yes, I agree, Pokemon. And Power Rangers, of course.
Yeah, well, whatever they keep making, carry on making.
And make more Rio Blasts. I mean, I think that's pretty clear.
You're not going to get your Rio Blast, man. Just let it go. Let it go.
Never.
Be happy with what you have.
Trio.
A trio of Rios.
Tom, do you think of anything?
Sorry, I was just fiddling about with your phone and that, sorting out. Kind of what you lot said. To be honest with you, Pokemon is absolutely booming at the minute, ain't it? But I'm not
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. I do still believe that a lot of the 80s stuff will disappear with us when we're old farts and we disappear. Just like cars and corgi and all that is starting to disappear with that generation that was into it. I'm not entirely sure. As long as it's all good at the minute and it is for the next 30, 40 years while I'm still on this planet, I don't care what happens beyond that, to be honest with you. We're not going to be here. So, yeah, let's just enjoy it while it's here.
Fully agree. And I agree that at some point, one of us sort of people will be the last person that cares about a supernatural or a visionary. People will always care about the Star Wars and, like you said, the Pokemon and probably the He-Man and the G.I. Joe, things that have these massive, like, expanded communities. But Andy, you might be the last person that cares about Bionic 6. Think about that.
True.
You're going to say Battle Beast then? I was like,
oh, Battle Beast is a weird one. I think Battle Beast has like an enormous it's like muscle men. You think, who likes that? And then you realise millions of people.
It's because in like Japan, there's still Battle Beast paraphernalia being brought out, but like, well, not Battle Beast, muscle men, Kanikiwara, whatever you call it,
Kanikimura, or whatever. Yeah, but you get like figures. Actually, they're awesome. Yeah.
But well, I'll take your point of Bionic 6. More people should watch it. It's great.
They're great figures, but like what Tom's saying, I agree with. The stuff from the 80s that we really cherish, we cherish it, I think, for the most part, because it reminds us of being young. Well, at some point we won't be around. Whereas 90s is like a different thing. It's more continuation of stuff that existed before. But yeah.
So yeah, Jimmy's got it on the mark here as well. He's gone with WWF or WWE, sorry, because there's always new wrestlers.
And like Jimmy says, you don't need a new wrestler. You just need someone to come out with a slightly different pair of pants on, and you're going to get 6 new figures. It's crazy.
Cash cow.
Isn't it?
Even same with their t-shirts they wear. Like they wear the t-shirts in the ring, they sell them, then they just keep churning them out every 2-3 months.
Yep. That's why it's important. That's why it's the best thing if they accidentally get like a catchphrase. The biggest merch machine, I think, in pretty much all of wrestling, potentially ever, is Chris Jericho. It's unreal how much merch he generated. But we love it.
He plays a great part in Sharknado 4.
He was in Sharknado 4, as you found out. Yeah.
Is he in that film yet?
Yeah. I was watching them. I found them on Amazon, so I rewatched them, and I was like, I don't remember so many wrestlers being in there, but there was Seth Rollins is in one, John Morrison's in one, Jericho, and
Kurt Angle, wasn't it?
Kurt Angle, yeah, thank you. They pop up in different ones, just small parts, but like they just pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Is it bad that I've never, as much as I like pop culture and absolute nonsense, I watch absolute crap films sometimes. I've actually never seen a Sharknado.
Oh, treat yourself. If you've got Amazon, they're on there at the minute. I watched one. I've done them in 2 days, redoing them, but I've never seen the 6th one. I watched it for the first time. I was upset with it because it was just so far-fetched. It's not.
It was so far-fetched. Andy, Tom is treating himself by never having seen one. Continue to treat yourself, Tom, by not having watched one. Jeez.
They start off.
You haven't seen them either, then I'll take it.
I've seen the first one, and me and Andy disagree on this because people go, it's so bad it's good. I think it's so bad it's unwatchable. Same as that. What was that one that everyone went mad over? Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus. Yeah. These are not good films. They're not even like so bad they're good. They are just. I don't know.
I just love the way it managed to carry on for 6 films, and I don't know. It's so stupid.
The only thing I watch it for is to remind myself how fallible the human condition is, because at one point Tara Reid was quite something. I mean, her career was flying high, and now Tara Reid is reduced to being the main attraction in Sharknado 9 or whatever it is. It's like, terrible.
They got tons of them crocodile films as well, weren't they? Giant Croc versus Anaconda and
Crocosaurus and stuff.
And, I
love all those films. If I ever find them on the Sci-Fi Channel, I will watch them. I love those films. They're so stupid.
There was one called it was something about, I think it was tarantulas and either an avalanche or lava, but it was like Teravalanche or sorry. Anyway, and the main star of it was Edward Furlong. John Connor from Terminator 2 was in like a tarantula mate. It's bad times.
Love it.
I love it. Just watch 1 to 5. You don't have to worry about 6. Unless you really get into it.
Okay.
I do remember Samurai Pizza Cats. I just see that come up a minute ago.
Sorry.
Same.
Yeah, I do remember it. And the theme, Samurai Pizza Cats. Yeah. It wasn't something I watched though, to be honest with you. I do remember it.
Figures of them are really expensive.
I got a question for the chat. Does anyone remember Glam Rock Metal Detectives?
No.
Okay, well, anyone in the chat? They don't normally let me down. Does anyone remember Glam Rock Metal Detectives? Yeah, moving on.
Another one I would say is another long lost cartoon, Osmosis Jones.
Osmosis Jones. Yeah, that's a good one.
Love watching that.
What?
And you were too busy.
Never heard of that.
You were too busy watching Sharknado, mate. It's all good.
It's a cartoon about he's like a cell in your body, and like the whole body's like a little. I think I got the name right.
I'm pretty sure it's Osmosis Jones.
Yeah, and he's a cop, but he's a cell, like you're inside the body.
You could just be winding me up here. I have no idea.
100%.
He's a cop that has an axe. He is Axe Cop.
Oh,
I don't start all
that.
Yeah.
Don't break the internet again.
Yeah.
Jimmy's going through every episode of Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Dan. Salem basically, when he heard Axe Cop, this is basically what happened.
Oh, he was like, no, not having that. Over it.
He decided to have a dose.
Had a major flop.
Dave Well Toys has asked a question for you. Why toys?
Man, that's a deep waffle chat about the psychology of youth.
Yeah, I think it goes deep.
For me, that goes deep into like borderline childhood poverty, the unwillingness or inability to connect emotionally with people. There's a whole raft of problems there about why I collect material things. So we'll chat separately on that.
Escapism, I think, is the easiest way of
Keep me out of trouble, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yes. I only end up spending it on bad stuff.
Yeah. I ran out of crack.
Plastic.
Yeah, the amount of people that say to me, "Oh, why do you collect toys for? Why do you spend so much money on toys for?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but like you could spend it on alcohol, you could spend it on cocaine, but what do you get? Like, go spend £200-400 a night going out on the lash and doing drugs or whatever, and then you wake up the next morning and you forgot everything. At least with this stuff, if you decide you've had enough of it, it's normally 90% of the time probably worth more than what you end up paying for it anyway. So yeah,
you get the same sort of fix as well, because you go to the NEC Toy Fair, you spend £304, you come back, you feel like crap after because you spent £300-400 on a load of toys. But at least you got it in your hand that you can cry yourself to.
But aside from the community aspect of it, which is great, and the meeting up and what we're doing right now and all that sort of stuff, I think no one ever has a pop at anyone for like buying a piece of art or like a painting. And at its best, a nice toy, I see it as a piece of art in the sense that it emotes some kind of feeling from you, and you can enjoy looking at it. And like Tom, my friends go, "Oh, mate, you spent how much?" And it's like, dude, I don't drink, and I don't go down the pub, and I don't really go on holiday, and I, as you can probably tell, don't buy expensive clothes. So it's like you got to spend money on something, and if you enjoy it, have at it.
100%, I agree.
Nick says,
but Aaron's right as well, though. You do get that
buyer's remorse.
Not the remorse so much. I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's probably been worse the last 12 months for me because of everything that's been going on, obviously, in the world and everything. You'll buy something, so you buy like a Hordak is in my hand, for example, and you're waiting for it to come through the post, especially at the minute because there hasn't been no toy shows, there hasn't been no boot sales or anything like that. And then it turns up, you're waiting, you're buzzing. Yeah, when's it going to come? When's it going to come? And then it turns up, and it's just like, yeah, it's here now. Right, what's next?
Yeah,
and it's just a continuous thing, and it is to an extent. I know I just mentioned about alcohol and drugs. Obviously, they ruin your body and what have you, and can ruin parts and organs and stuff. But this can ruin your brain a little bit. It can make your brain go a little bit fuzzy, because if you're an extremist and I need to get every one of these mint on card, or I need to get every one of these, and there's 12, it can be a bit overwhelming for people financially as well. Like, luckily for myself and you guys, obviously all three of you resell and the dealers as well, and I've got a good job, but not everyone's is in that position, and I'm lucky, and I feel privileged to be in that position. And Andy mentioned in the comments in the Toy Division group earlier about wife or toys. She can hear me in the background anyway, so I've got to say wife. But obviously for me, understandably,
wink if it's the other option.
Yeah. Well, my wife is my wife loves it, to be honest with you. So luckily for me, because I know there's a lot of collectors out there who. Aaron, obviously, your missus is a collector. Dan, your missus is a bit of a collector as well. So I think us guys are quite lucky in that sense. But there's a lot of collectors out there who their missuses don't agree with it, don't like it, and don't support it. I mean, I've got my own whole room upstairs, and no problems at all for me. I'm
not married, so I can avoid answering that question. No one said girlfriend, or it's wife, specifically wife. So Tom, you're exclusively.
It was aimed at Tom, and I know Tom is a happily married man.
Yes,
I am indeed, mate. I'm indeed. She encourages it. She encourages it, which is probably not great, to be honest with you. She doesn't even question, like, if a parcel turns up and I open it up and there's like 4 action figures in there, she goes, "Oh, what you got there?" Or the next thing we'll get asked is there anything for this? Because this is my living room I'm in at the minute, because upstairs, obviously, the streams. Is there anything for this? So this is like our horror cabinet.
So you're building it up in the front room?
I'm building it up in the front room. My wife's a massive horror fan, so there's all the NECA figures are in there. Freddy Krueger, Pennywise, Jason, and my picture of me and Freddy's in there. Freddy Claw. So it's like if anything comes in, is there anything for the cabinet? No, there's no horror figures. No new horror figures out yet. You have to wait for the Puppet Master NECA ones to come out. They're the next ones that are going in the cabinet.
Nice.
See what you're saying to me, Tom.
Which Puppet Master are you getting? You're gonna which your favourite Puppet Master character?
I like the drill head guy.
Tunneler. The Tunneler.
Yeah.
It's my favourite too.
But I think they're doing double packs. I think NECA. See, look, the original NECA ones, they're quite expensive now. And then when I found out that Puppet Master were doing double packs, I was like, you know what? I might as well just wait. And they're going to be 30. Craig at Nerd Base is no doubt going to have them. They're probably going to be about £30 for a double pack, because they're going to probably be relatively small. They'll probably be like Tucky, and I've got Sam from Trick and Treat.
Yeah.
Trick or Treat. They're quite small. I reckon they're going to be that sort of size. So they're probably going to be 40 quid for a double pack. I'm looking forward to them to add to the collection. Looking forward to it for my 5 minutes of, I have them, and then that's it. They're in the cabinet. Next fix, please.
Yeah, you know it.
Tom, you go in there about you've moved your horror figures into. To me, it sounds like you're coming out of your toy room because you're getting so much, and you're making excuses to branch it into different areas.
You know what? I'm not actually. To be honest with you, it was my wife's idea. She was like, I want these figures down here. And I was like, what ones? And she was like, Jason, Freddy. Originally, it was Jason, Freddy, Predator, Alien, and Hellraiser. Then ones, Michael Myers. And then it was like, all right, so change it. Alien and Predator can go back upstairs now because we need more space. Originally, it was in a bookcase. And then, because this is the only Delta I've got. I haven't got any upstairs, so this is the only one I've got. And then it was like, let's get a glass cabinet. And then the legend figure came, obviously the Tim Curry legend figure, the demon, the devil. And he's up there in the little glass cabinet as well. And there's no word of, it's got to go back up into the toy room now. So I'll leave it there. I'm happy to have it in the living room with me at the minute. So it's all good.
So are we saying next on the buy list for Tom is 3 or 4 more Detolfs? Is that what's going on?
I'll be honest with you. I like them, but they're a pain in the backside because, especially up there where it's getting them up there. You lot see the up and down I had to do 3 or 4
got quite a narrow spiral staircase.
Yeah, right? And it's. I mean, even trying to take a beanbag up there to sit on to do this, it was a bit like, So yeah, I don't really want glass cabinets up there because just the pain. The wooden ones are a lot easier. The plastic and wooden. Oh,
Yeah, the tulps are pretty heavy and a bit irritating to put together. And as Aaron found out, they randomly explode.
so I've got the little rats behind me.
But going back to that, like it is amazing how you do set your collection up, and then it does slowly start. I don't know if I can move this, but like here, so the shelves end here, and then there's a little sort of drawers here. So a few of the toys have just now made it onto there.
It's just going to keep
And
spreading.
If you carry on going, the toys are now making it onto the windowsill here.
Yeah,
they're slowly moving out.
Well, you guys have been around my house. Where I'm currently at, it is literally like three. Oh, I go that side. It's like 360 toys.
Yeah, but at least that's one room. That's like
but that's not the only room they're in. I've got 3 cases in my landing. The front room has got 4 Detolfs and the cabinet and the. I mean, it's just a joke, really, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, there's a mixed question from earlier, but just made me laugh. Carlos, our American friend here, actual here, your metric system will consume you.
Never. It makes way more sense.
It makes so much more sense to go up in tens. Although it is weird here, though, because, we do the metric system, yet everywhere's in miles.
Yeah, that is weird that we do it. We do it in miles.
And we go to the pub and drink a pint. Do you know what I mean? We get our milk in. Like, it's mixed here, but
we're all over the place. Yeah.
But yeah. So thank you very much. Enjoyed the stream tonight, guys.
Yeah.
You too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sue.
Looking forward to Big C's next hat choice.
Big C's stealing the show.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Love it. I've recently got some carded Tomatoes figures. Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it.
I remember Glam Rock Metal Detective Dan. I bought the thing.
Yeah, you did.
One person.
That's all right. It means I didn't make it up. It means I've not got like.
Mate, for all we know, you've just messaged him saying, "Oh, say you remember it. Say you remember it."
Yeah, makes it look like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Defenders of the Earth. You like Defenders of the Earth, don't you, Andy?
I do like Defenders of the Earth, and I'm hoping. Again, I know you mentioned updates earlier, Tom. I'm hoping Craig gets them as well. He said he was hoping to get them, so I'm waiting for him to let me know.
Yeah, he told me he is getting them because I want them as well. To be honest with you, I'm a big fan of Defenders of the Earth. I thought it was a great cartoon, but yeah,
we're only doing those 3.
Well, I think it's the Phantom, Ming, and Flash Gordon, and it just for the minute, I believe. Maybe they're going to see how they do, and if they do okay, they'll roll out another 3. That's what they normally do, don't they? Because it's a bit of a niche. It's not like Turtles or Gremlins or any of them bigger lines. Defenders of the Earth is a little bit more niche. So, but I definitely want them. I hope Craig does get them in. To be honest with you,
I don't know why, but I think that's also why I'm drawn to them because they haven't been redone yet. They're not.
No.
You know what I mean? Like they are different. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
No, it's all right. Tom's got the right idea. Plus, collecting toys isn't never going to damage your liver.
True.
Well, until you start drinking because you can't keep up with how many waves they're bringing out.
Well, here, just look at Andy.
we've definitely. I mean, I take responsibility partially for this. That we've given the impression that Andy is some kind of borderline alcoholic when in actual fact it's simply not true. We just enjoy
one beer on this.
It's like,
everyone's like, he's a pisshead.
It's like 2 beers a week. He chooses to drink on a Wednesday, so we're like, oh, he's on it again. But he really isn't. Guys, you haven't got to worry about Andy. He's all good.
But I've had the like when me and Andy have been out, and he's like, we've been in the pub, and he's like, oh, like after on a proper night out, it's not just like it's on an out night, and he's like, oh, I've just had this notification from eBay, and it's like, well, buy it. And he's like, yeah, okay, no worries. And then I get a message on the Sunday, like when he's hangover with like the buyer's remorse, like not only did I like waste like I don't know, like I won her at the pub and everything. I've not done 50 quid on some toys that I don't want.
Wasn't it Drunk Andy that was with you, Aaron, when he bounded over and spent like 300 quid on like Star Wars Celebration or something?
Yeah, Drunk Andy spent more than that weekend, but yeah, it was.
Yeah. Well, we were in a perpetual state of drinking that weekend.
Yeah, just
Funny.
getting on it.
And I
Trailer Battle
regret none of
has
it.
got the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's what you want.
I think we're all lucky like that.
Come as you lie.
Like,
Right. Smash through the comments now. My wife hates it. Lucky for me, the little boy loves it. So no, true.
well-made excuse. I'm going to a toy fair. I suppose I take my son with me to make it look like it's not just for me.
Love it. Seth Rollins. Yes, Osmotic Jones. Chris Rock did the voice. I knew I wasn't making it up.
Yeah.
And Bill Murray was in it as well. I didn't know that.
Ah.
Again, Seth could just be making that up, and I'll be like, yeah. Pete Love saw. Your own cabinet. Like, do it. Get your own cabinet. Fill it up.
Buy them all. Spend everything on toys. You absolutely won't regret it. 100%.
And then what you do is that you get one cabinet, fill it up, and then you realise you need a second cabinet. You get your second cabinet. You see the pattern here.
If you've got space issues, don't worry. Speak to Andy. He'll put you in touch with someone that you can buy additional layers and shelving from, and you can fit more toys than you thought humanly possible into a few 12 cabinets.
Yeah.
Wife, keep up the great work, lads. We all appreciate these streams. Top quality. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys watching. And if you don't already, Viper, Tom does a live stream on a Monday evening. 8 o'clock it starts.
Who's your guest? Who's your guest this week, Tom?
Ken, we got on this week.
Top quality guest.
Making his YouTube debut.
I was going to say, I don't think he normally does this. Ken's an absolute legend. You guys might know him as Back to the Toys. It's Back to the Toys, of course it is. Yeah, on Instagram. But yeah, tune in for that because Tom Big C.
He's going to be showing off his he's going head to head with Big C in an 80s quiz, so that should be fun. But he's also going to be showing his collection off, which is I don't know if any of you guys have seen it, to be honest with you.
I've seen random photos, and every time I'm like, this dude has a supremely impressive collection. He doesn't really talk about, so it'd be interesting.
Yeah, no, he's serious. My collection, I'd say, is dross compared to his, and my collection is okay. So it is very impressive. I've seen it in the flesh, to be honest with you, and he's added. That was about 2.5 years ago. He's added to it since. So,
well, he showed me his Star Wars merchandise cabinet or section, and I was like, what have you got going on here? How did you even accumulate this much stuff? Soap, bubble bath, sweet pots. It's insane.
Do you not think Ken is on it with regards to taking care of business? I mean, when obviously pre-COVID, he was like
boot fair seasons in.
But he was auctions and boot. He was very much a man on a mission. Yeah.
I always call Dot Icon in the chat Baz the toy hunting king of car boot sales in Scotland, but Ken is definitely the car boot king of down south.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
I actually hate him because we're in a WhatsApp group. You three have probably got a little WhatsApp group, haven't you? Like we have, and I hate him, to be honest with you. Sometimes I go to the boot sale and I come back with niche, and you boys have seen me when I'm on YouTube and I'm upset.
As I've said in you and Big C's comments, my favourite videos.
I'll put my video headline as I quit, or is this the end? So the people are like, what's going on here? Let's have a watch this, and then all of a sudden I'm on. Well, I've had enough of this rubbish. But yeah, Ken don't make it any easier because he puts his photos in the group, and I've got one thing, and he's got tons. How much you pay for that? 50p for this Scout Wall car, and I'm like, and it's got all its guns, and I'm like, oh mate, you know what? I'm going offline. I'm going to sleep for a couple of hours.
Yeah. Does he make you feel like there's a few people that we know individually, even people like Ed, who we love to bits, but you see their collection, you're like, oh, what I've done is rubbish. Here was me thinking I was like, I've got this and I've got that, and you see what they've got, and you're like, what was the point? There was no point.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. He's got some really good stuff. Yeah, like I said, if whoever joins the stream on Monday will, because I've I've told him to sort of, either use an iPad, because iPads seem to be really clear pictures, or I don't know what his phone. He's probably got the latest iPhone, so I've like use your iPhone so that you can, and make sure your lights are on so that you can turn the camera around and show the people who are watching because he's got like Never Ending Story figures. He's got like, you obviously, Andy, you got quite a big Willow collection as well, haven't you? So he's into that massively. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Ken's a good guy as well, good laugh and that, and he'll have plenty to talk about. And I'm interested to see how him and Big C's knowledge is on the 80s, the random 80s questions.
I suspect if it's about 80s films, Ken will win. If it's about 80s wrestling, then Big C's got the.
Yeah. Well, no, Ken actually said no wrestling because he knew. He said straight away. He's Big C and Muller him, because Ken likes wrestling, but his brother's more into it. So he was like, no wrestling questions unless it's like about the Ultimate Warrior or Hulk Hogan. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
My wife tolerates my collecting habit, but there's no way she allowed toy overspill. Maybe a movie poster in the hallway. You got to sneak it in there. Just a couple here, a couple there.
I often move my stuff around into this is in my living room, so yeah, Claire is happy for me to have them in the living room. Every now and then I move stuff and I put it onto like a chest of drawers or like the bookshelf or the TV stand. We left about 5 minutes before she's realised, no, that doesn't go there. That doesn't go there.
I just want to jump ahead in the comments, but look, Brad, I see Ken at my locals. Got to get there for good, sure. Paul, I have to get up 3 hours earlier to get the boot sales before Ken.
What you guys don't know is Brad and Paul live 300 miles away from each other. Somehow Ken's in multiple places at the same time. Go, that Blast Collectibles, mate. What you want to do is you want to get a nice big chunky 18-inch figure. Find out what your missus loves. Like, let's just say David Bowie from the Labyrinth. Like pack it out. You know what I'm talking about? You know, real tight trousers. Something for the ladies. Put that in the bedroom, and they'll go, that's all right, and then build around that. You got to find something that your other half likes. Build around that. That's just my top tip.
Like I did with the horror.
Like Tom did with the horror. That's it.
100%.
Like Andy did with the Steve Irwin. No woman can resist a Steve Irwin toy.
Well, he was on the TV stand for a long time, but he has now been put on top of the cabinet. He was the longest thing, I think, that stayed out of place.
There you go.
Marcus Shelby Geek saw the Defenders of Earth in Walmart yesterday.
Hopefully we'll see them here soon.
Saying that, though,
B&M for £3 or something.
Oh,
Liar.
I am noticing Tesco's is stocking more toys.
Is it? My Tesco's doesn't even have pasta. I'm serious. My Tesco's is awful. It's a big Tesco's.
They got rid of
they had Star Wars Mission Fleet in there. They had retro figures. They had not elites, but like the WWE basics, which is kind of good for a Tesco's to have them in.
That is, yeah. I'll take a picture of my Tesco's toy aisle next time a minute. It's just, I don't even think the pots are there. They've been stolen.
Some of them have got like the Mego figures, you know, like the horror figures, there's some pretty good ones. There's some of those are in some Tesco's as well. It's weird.
I don't know what my toys.
the Migos are in Tesco's, yeah?
I've seen them somewhere, yeah.
No, wasn't it HMV?
Yeah,
HMV as well, because they're like two.
HMV had some. Yeah, I know HMV had some. I didn't realise Tesco's were doing it. Big C's collecting them, and he's got about 14 of them, I think, so far.
I got to say, the Leatherface one of them is very, very nice. It's like that they're not rubbish figures for the price.
No, they're pretty decent. Yeah, they look nice.
Where we are.
Please buy them.
I know they were doing the retro Star Wars figures in Tesco's. Originally, it was Asda, I believe, but now apparently Tesco's do them, I think.
I did find some as well. Yeah, I found some in Sainsbury's. I found a Boba Fett and stuff, but left it because yeah.
Mate, you should have got that, mate. Cash cow. You could have been scalping all over the place.
I rant about scalpers all the time, so I can't do it. I don't think.
You wait till when New Zealand the guy that plays Boba Fett turns out to be like a I don't know parade. I'm not even going to say what he's going to do, but yeah, you wait. It'll be worth money. That will.
I left it. I did. They were in my basket. Like I was walking around with it, and I was like, "Oh, I think I had Boba, Luke, Did Han come in the second wave as well? I think it was like the Empire Strikes Back Han, but I put them back on the shelf because I don't need them.
I will say Scott's got a thing here. As the partners with a toy specialist, the Entertainer is a new thing. Yeah, the Entertainer are moving their toy stores, or they're having a section in Asda now.
Wow.
That mean another shop's going off the high street?
No, I still think the Entertainer's weird. The fact they're so Christian that they won't stock certain things if they think they're a little bit, which I think is just weird. But yeah,
They into Asda?
huh?
No, don't worry.
Oh, I don't even know where. I don't know where my nearest Asda is.
Rich will.
Asda's are like Walmart's, aren't they?
It's
They're owned
Walmart,
by the
yeah.
same firm.
Yeah.
So, and Walmart's do tons of toys in the States. So you'd expect maybe they've clocked on. It's took them many years, but maybe they're thinking, oh, got all these 30-plus-year-old men who want to buy Star Wars and Transformers. We might as well get some in and make some money.
I mean, it would make me want to go
It'd be
shopping
good if they
with
did
my
do
missus
it.
more.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. We are nearly hitting the 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
So we will
I'm
slowly.
going to end. I've got a quick fire round for Tom, just to
Yeah.
get his
Do it.
brain thinking. One of the questions has already been answered though. But these are hard-hitting questions, Tom. This is what we want to see on your show. We don't really do hard-hitting questions, so it's a bit new to us.
Are these answers you just want me to give you sort of like one answer? Nothing.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you'll see in the questions. It's one answer. It's not.
Yeah. You don't want to go into depth or anything. Yeah, go on.
If you can go into depth, I'd be amazed in some of these. Actually, no, some of them you could do depth. But for instance, for Pringles or Doritos,
Pringles.
nice. Godzilla or Gremlins,
Gremlins.
He-Man or WWF,
Oh man, you're killing me.
Really? I thought you would have straight away gone He-Man.
He-Man.
Yeah. Mad Balls or Battle Beasts,
Battle Beast.
chocolate or sweets,
Sweets. Now.
toys or wife. You already said toys. Cat or toys.
He didn't say toys. He said why.
I said why? Wait, she might be watching this in the next room, mate. Behave yourself. What did you say?
You get a phone call.
Yeah,
Tom's gonna be sleeping on your couch.
Oh no, my mate Salem over Battle Cat all day long, mate.
All right. 80s or 90s toys. 80s toys or 90s toys.
80s for me.
Fruit or veg.
Fruit.
And then last one, Hulk or Warrior.
Hulk.
Nice. There you go.
Well, we've learned a lot about Tom, and that's now going to be a new segment called Andy's Questions. I haven't got a better name for it.
I like that.
That was Tom's top 10.
Yeah, it's good.
And if your wife is watching, you did say wife, definitely. I'm only being a dick.
100%. He said wife. I mean, he prefixed it with my wife can hear me, so I have to say my wife. But he did say my wife.
Tom, if you remember seeing them Little Monsters with Fred Savage or Surf Ninjas, the one where Rob Schneider was playing a 50-year-old.
I've seen Little Monsters. That's a good film.
Remember Surf Ninjas?
I
think I've seen Surf Ninjas, yeah.
People always talk about Rob Schneider as if, like, without Adam Sandler, he wouldn't have a career other than Juice Bigelow. But people forget that he was in not only Demolition Man, but also Judge Dredd. He's like obviously mates with 90s Stallone, which is just weird. But yeah.
I just want to say a big thank you to Tom from Pizarro's Pieces for coming on the stream tonight. I appreciate that.
Always. Pleasure.
I'm assuming a lot of you already know, but if you don't, Tom obviously has a YouTube channel, Pizarro's Pieces, and does
Mr.
his own
of toys.
He does his own Monday night live stream. With,
why are you lot are finishing off the show? I think I might just let this bad boy.
Coming out. Look at that.
No remorse, just ripped.
Got it open. I love it.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Hordak.
Hordak is a nice figure, though.
Yeah.
He is. He's really nice. Get him out.
You know what been really funny on if they could make them, but those modern He-Man figures had an option to like unclip their legs to make their legs really janky, and you can clip them back in to tighten them up.
Yeah, you can get real 80s feel out of them with like super loosey goosey legs flopping around all over the place.
Guys, thank you very much for watching the stream.
Hopefully Tom doesn't
really
break
good.
it as he rips it out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make any noise because my missus might actually be asleep. I don't know. I've not heard anything. And like obviously, if I'm going
crunch,
she's gonna get like a pillow thrown at you or something in a minute.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you very much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you that do watch, like, and comment on the videos. We see you. If you haven't already joined Toy Division, please do so. Massive influx of people recently, so if you are new to the stream and everything, again, appreciate you joining. I am going to leave you all guys with one last comment that I've been saving, and I heard it's a true story, but I heard Ken once beat Chuck Norris to a sealed Boba Fett. Guys, thank you very much.
I'll ask him on Monday if that's true.
Yeah, ask him on Monday.